Hey friends, I am here to give a little bit of like a professional update that I wanted to share with all my connections and friends that are in the real estate industry. I feel slightly out of my comfort zone because I've really scaled back talking about business on my social media because I overdid it for a long time and just wanted to focus on my personal life. But I just hit my 18-month anniversary at my real estate brokerage, eXp Realty, and I'm just having the most wonderful experience working there, and I just wanted to share a tiny bit about it with my friends in the industry. Other people, you probably won't find this interesting at all, so feel free to tune out. But so yeah, and I've been feeling like when I joined eXp, it was like March of 2020, right before the pandemic started. I just felt really cautious. You know, I was really involved at my prior company, Keller Williams. I owned part of 2 franchises. I was super invested. My exit from that company was really bumpy and hard and not what I expected for my career, and ultimately ended up being a huge gift, just like any change in our lives. But I really went through a tough time. There was a lot of upheaval. It was pretty public in some ways, and you know, I just needed some time to lick my wounds and figure out what I was doing and making sure that I really liked eXp before I said a word about it, frankly. And so now it's been a year and a half and I'm like, oh yeah, I really love it. So maybe I'll say a couple things. And part of why I wanted to share is I started working again about a week and a half ago after having my wonderful baby, who I know everyone's seen lots of pictures and videos of. And I went back into my email because one of my amazing team members, Melissa, maintained my email while I was out so I could be totally unplugged from business. But I went back in and like scrolled through all my email and I was awarded all of this stock. So for those who don't know, eXp is a publicly traded company and they do some really cool things aside from the typical real estate company stuff of helping people sell houses and supporting realtors as a platform for that. They also award you stock for certain activities, and you can even buy stock at a 10% discount, like an employee stock purchase program. My husband works at T. Rowe Price and he's had a similar kind of benefit. I never thought I would have something like that working in the real estate space, but I do. So I went back through all my emails and I was awarded all of this stock on my maternity leave, which was, you know, it's not income, but it's an asset that I didn't actively spend time on to generate. So I was just like, wow. And I've been earning some stock since I came, but it's starting to really like build on itself, like the snowball effect. And I'm like, wow, this is really meaningful. This is actually making a real impact on my net worth statement. And that means something to me. So that was the impetus for wanting to just talk for a couple minutes on video. I promise not to go on and on about it, but I was just gifted over 200 shares in stock for the month of September. And a lot of it was for production. eXp has this program called Icon. And there's a lot of nuance to it, but the simple boiled down version is for agents who sell about 25, 30 homes a year or more. There is this benefit where the cap, which is the money you pay your broker, at eXp is $16,000. And if you exceed that threshold, depending on your average sale price, 25, 30 homes in a year, they give you that entire $16,000 back in stock. So I just earned Icon status and that was the bulk of the shares that I got. And I was telling Andrew and he was like, this is amazing. And I was like, I know, I'm like, I knew that I was going to get to the Icon level, but to actually have it show up and get the little notification, it just made it really real. So yeah, I made some notes to remember what I wanted to say. So the stock awards have been incredible. I also get stock if somebody joins eXp through me. And one thing I love about eXp is you don't have to be in the Beliveau group to be a business partner with me, which was something that was really challenging for me in all iterations of my career and companies before this one, because anyone who knows me knows like the Beliveau group is very specific. It's only in Baltimore. It's small by design. I love it small. I love running a small team. It is just so much easier for me, for the team members, for our clients to not have a big, confusing conglomeration of too many people. And I love that, but it also can be very limiting because there's other people that I want to help in their business that I couldn't in my prior setup. Or I was trying to recruit them to a company where maybe the value proposition just wasn't strong enough. Whereas eXp's value is just so tangible. It's so, it's tangible. It's not theoretical. It's not like, oh, we're going to make you feel good and you're going to be part of something. It's like, no, you're going to get your cat back. You're going to earn stock for free. You can buy stock. It's optional at a discount. You can earn referral income if you bring other agents in. And of course, do your regular real estate stuff. So to me, that's why people have been joining eXp through me. Honestly, I've made zero effort. I've done almost no outreach. I don't want to do that kind of thing anymore, although here I am doing a video, but I do feel like I want to find that balance of like at least putting myself out there a little bit more, because I am partnering with people and helping them in their business inside the Beliveau group and outside, which has been a dream for a long time, specifically helping women. And I went through some stuff in 2019 that really lit me on fire about empowering women in real estate. And I'm kind of gagged on that topic. And that was a condition of just getting to where I am today. But the bottom line is real estate agents, 65% of them are women. And a lot of women are not empowered to have what they want in business. If you go to real estate conferences or look at any like masterminds, it's always very male dominated who's speaking. There are definitely some really great women in real estate that are doing some things. It's just if you look at like on the whole, it's very male dominated, even though the actual numbers of real estate agents don't match up at all with who's put on stage, which grinds me so much. And like I've gotten myself on a lot of stages because I am someone who's not afraid to self-promote, but most women aren't kind of wired that way and just operate under the radar and don't get the acknowledgement that they deserve. And they just don't see examples of people who do business the way they wish they could and modeling what they want. So I've founded a tribe. It's called, like in eXp, people do these things called networks. Basically, it's like if you kind of sign up through a given person, they have a little group that you can join. And there's tons of them in eXp. There's huge ones, there's tiny ones. They all have different value that they offer. And I spent a lot of time being like, well, what do I want to do? And all I want to do is help women in real estate. And now being a new mom, it's even more on my heart than ever. Anyone who knows me knows I've always just had a lot of women working with me at the Beliveau group. So this is just more of the same. So yeah, I decided to name my network. It's called Empower. And I spent a lot of time thinking about all the words that resonated. That was the only one that worked for me. And I mean, that's it. The mission is to empower women in real estate and set them up for success. And there's so many different ways to define success. For a long time, for me, it was about achieving and getting to the next level and the next level. And that did huge things for me and put me in positions, like literally like in jobs and roles and ownership that was really amazing. And it also kind of drove me into the ground at the same time because I worked way more than I spent time on other things, personal life, health, delayed starting a family, which I don't regret at all because I feel like I'm in the best place in the world right now. But I definitely made some decisions that I just kept putting achievement first. And I think there's a lot of space for different ways to define success, especially if you have kids or other major priorities in life. Like me, I just want to work out every morning more than I want to start with work in the morning. And that's how I've set up my world, and I just haven't looked back. So that's the mission for Empower. I guess the other thing I just wanted to say is, as far as like being an agent at eXp, it's been really happy and wonderful for me and the members of the Beliveau group. Everything's just really smooth. The broker support's amazing. We get paid accurately and on time 100% of the time. We're super independent. I've worked in a lot of different brokerage environments, some that were really small and cozy and came into the office every day and relied on like an office manager. I've worked in really independent environments. My last company, Keller Williams, was kind of in the middle, but there was a lot of like stuff to participate in all the time, which is so cool. But I actually was participating in a lot that didn't move me towards what was really best for me. And that's on me, that's not on that company. But I just would get pulled into all kinds of different things. And part of what I've loved about this last year and a half was I just stepped back, and obviously like the pandemic really made it easy for all of us to step back and be like, well, how do I want my life to be now? I can't do anything. What do I want to do when things get normal? And now things are sort of moving towards normal. And I just realized there was a lot I was giving my time to because it made me feel good temporarily, but it didn't support having time for myself, Andrew, being home, making my house nice, flipping a house. I never had room in my calendar to do much investing because I was prioritizing other things that didn't move me forward as much. So I hope none of that sounds like victim, because I made all of those choices. Every single choice, every single thing that's happened in my career was because of the choices that I made. But I can kind of get swept up in things and then look back and be like, man, I spent a lot of time on something that wasn't really ideal for me or the people around me, especially my husband. So that's been a huge part of my journey, and eXp has been really supportive of that because they want nothing from me. They don't want me to volunteer for anything. I do have the opportunity to teach. I did teach at our one of our 2 annual conferences earlier this year, which was awesome. It was also very time consuming to prepare, and it was great to do that once, but not feel like I need to teach all the time, if that makes sense. So I've just been able to be super autonomous and run the business the way that I want to, and spend time on the things that are really strategic, and then leave a lot of time and energy for everything else. So I put a lot of value on that. And at the end of the day, along with the income of selling houses, I have the stock that I mentioned, and that referral income if people join Empower through me, or if people join through the people who join, and all of that. So that's just a little personal update. I didn't want to make this video crazy long. I was scrolling my Instagram right before starting this video, and I saw that eXp hit 65,000 agents today. The company's growing super fast, and it's just easy to be on the team that's winning. And a lot of people have just reached out to me because they're interested, they're curious, or they've already done their own research, and they're just kind of figuring out who they want to partner with, what network they want to be with. So if my Empower mission and message speaks to you at all, or if you're just curious to hear more, I'm a totally open book, and I'm always happy to share. So if you are curious about anything, reach out to me. If you're thinking about getting into the industry, I have some people in my network that are really passionate about mentoring brand new agents. I have a lot of resources. I have marketing templates and strategies and coaching out the wazoo. And then I also have people who, like, on the ground level would help you get your business up and running. So that's a great opportunity too. If you're somewhat independent minded, for some people, if they just want to go into an office every single day, my setup doesn't make sense. There are some eXp offices around here, but I just have embraced working at home and integrating my whole life and weaving it together. It's been amazing. It's been a real gift in my life. So I think that's enough, and I'm just gonna save this video. And thank you. If anyone has questions, I'm like in the sun. I think there were some comments, but thank you for anyone who watched, and feel free to reach out if you want to chat more about any of this. Thank you.